Howdy everybody, and welcome to the edition of the Rising Legends Chapter 3! I, of course, am your kind of beloved Overlord and Real God Extraordinaire DLBot 2016. With me, I'm joined by the Flamboyant Fly Guy 98.
Coding Mojise.
Our Spirit King Hiiro.
Who I swear to God, if I killed things every time I went down, I have 2 nickels. It's weird that it happened twice.
Okay, Dr. Difference.
Harry the platypus.
You can't do the voice.
No.
You cannot. No.
Let's keep moving
Like I
forward.
said, anyway, next one. Next up.
Our Goblin Slaying Goblin Sentaifan.
Yo.
Our Heart of Chaos Chalice.
Hey. Chaos.
And finally, our wonderful DM, Markus.
I'm going to be using the DMinator.
Oh my God!
I know. I don't. You just have to commit to the impression.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if it's bad or not.
Yeah,
We are. Let's get started. We got some stuff to get through, and a lot of it is like not our usual combatty stuff. So,
All
right, who has the gambling addiction?
So we are. We left off with ending the day after you guys had got back. You had been fed. You had been invited to the next evening to a large dinner, basically a little celebration of your heroics and time after dinner to talk business and to for Lord Chamberlain to give you the intel and the things he was his end of the bargain, which was to help you get on the Grand Dame, which is what you're going to.
Yes.
If you have forgotten, and let's do this because we have done a lot of things, and I'll recap.
And it has been 2 weeks.
It has been, but it's even longer since you were in the underground fortress of Maelstrom, and you were in the presence, basically in the Storm King's throne room, and were and fortunately by what you did, even though the sisters didn't seem to like you, Sarissa, who is the current ruler, the youngest daughter of King Hecaton, who has been missing, decided to trust you because her mother also trusted small ones, as she called you, and was killed during one of her vacations, whatever you call. Unbeknownst to anyone, her agents, Sarissa's agents, found this gold coin that had a wooden coin that had a gold goose on it. Through Nix's contacts, you found out it was from this gambling boat called the Grand Dame, and who it was owned by Lord Dryland, who was in Yartar, which is where you're at, or just on the outskirts of it anyway. You do know the following. You know that it is a very high society, invite-only kind of gig, and you know you are needing to interrogate this Lord Dryland to see if he knows anything about the whereabouts of King Hecaton, dead, alive, anything. That's your end goal. Your end goal is to find Lord Dryland and to find out what he knows, basically, and you know this is where he's going to be. You rescued one, the sister-in-law of the Lord Chamberlain, and news of his brother's passing. Her
husband, his brother.
Her husband,
Brother-in-law.
His the brother was the brother of the Lord. It's his sister-in-law that you helped rescue.
Yes.
But you did save the only person that was available to be saved when you got there. So, there's a little bit of mourning over the brother, but at least the sister-in-law is safe and back in the manor.
Yeah.
And that's where we left off with everyone going to sleep. So again, long rest. You can up your hit points to full. If you have spell slots to refresh, you can refresh spell slots.
Yeah.
You've had the evening. I think I kind of said, what does everyone want to do? Anyone want to do anything special during the evening? And no one did. So we will start out with the fact that you retire to your individual rooms. And you wake up the next morning. And there is a kind of not a formal breakfast, but there is a little buffet thing down in what you now know is the kind of the dining room. And everyone can just go down at their leisure. So do you guys want to go down and are you sleeping early? You getting up early? You sleeping in late? What's everybody's morning plans?
I mean,
sleeping in.
I think I rise bright and early.
Okay.
I would say I'd probably rise a few hours after Rex and Amber would, because the beating that I took yesterday would have required sleeping a little bit longer, just because dear God, the amount of times I've gone down.
So let's say by the time you guys get down, and you all kind of, unless anyone wants to get up super early, by the time you get down, there's still what they would consider brunch service, and they still have food and stuff for you.
Of course.
I feed Han Solo.
All want to sit around at get a same table and sit, or are you all having your own individual time, or what's happening?
I'd probably just take just to not cut anybody off here, but I'd probably be there's a window in this room, right? In the dining room area.
I was sure there'd be windows out to maybe
probably just sitting on the windowsill, just kind of eating at the breakfast bowl.
And I'm sure out the window is beautiful because the grounds of this manor. I mean, he is a very well-to-do individual in the area. Of course. So, but you do notice all of the main party, at least for sure, notices that there is distinctly a missing party member. Nix is nowhere to be found, has not come down for food service.
Did any of you see him stay in bed?
Nope.
No, in fact, when I checked the room he was staying in, when I awoke, it was entirely empty.
Maybe someone should go check.
I'll go check.
Well, the thing was, though, is that, honestly, though, I'm going to be honest here, I'm not going to try and stop you from it, but, of all the party members, I feel honestly, Kai was the closest to him, to be perfectly fair.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
that that
I know, I'll probably go up, when he offers to, when he offered to go up with him, just to, walk around.
You guys go up, and you do notice, on the little small writing desk, there is a piece of parchment laying on thing with the quill and the ink next to it. And it would be this, and I'm going to put it in your journals, and I'm going to show it to all players, and I'm going to read it because this is the exit letter from Gears, from Gears.
Oh no, DL's leaving.
From Nix, and the full disclosure, he had an entry in here about bequeathing his items. I'm not allowing that.
Okay, that's fine. I was just saying.
I have a feeling that might have been a Cairo and Scotty side discussion.
No, that was no. I didn't say anything about that. I didn't know at all. I was just saying because I was that's kind of a little
we're not.
weird.
That's you guys are already so flush with magic items at this point that I'm not going to.
Actually, do I have any?
I don't think she actually does.
Can I have some?
Hold on, because when I mentioned the character to be created, I gave you a amount of money and the sheet that had the prices on it. So you should have purchased from that and from my allowance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Magic items. Did that not happen?
I don't see anything on my.
As in, did you buy them though? Because you would have written them down for him to.
Okay.
Let me scroll up.
Okay.
I did write them down.
Oh.
Where are they?
They're way up. I can just privately DM them back to you.
All right. Yeah, do that. That'd probably be easier.
So are they? So they're not in your sheet though.
No, because I didn't know that I was supposed to do that.
Okay.
Eh,
Well, if you will send them to me, I will make sure they get on your sheet, and I will also check.
I just DM'd it to you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Well, I
That-
re-DM'd it.
Need to make sure of that, just to make
Had you
Just to
DM'd
make
them
sure.
before? Oh yeah, I assumed you had put those on your sheet.
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's fine. Matter of fact, I might be able to drag those in while we're doing stuff today. So if not, we'll get them on there.
Good idea.
So what the note
Okay.
reads, and I can't do it in a Nick's
Okay.
voice, although that would be
That's-
cool. Welcome back. All right. The note
yeah.
reads, "Dear adventurers and gears, as I sit down to write this letter, my heart is heavy with mixed emotions. On one hand, I'm excited to start a new chapter in my life, but on the other hand, I am sad to leave this amazing, bizarre group of adventurers. How we managed to get this far and survive is beyond me. Our time together as a party has been an unforgettable journey filled with laughter, tears, and unforgettable memories, headaches forged from pure idiocracy, and the loathing of mechanical thorns in my side. From our first encounter with a horde of goblins to our last battle with a horde of undead in the tomb, we have shared some incredible moments together that I will always cherish.
Yeah.
Please know that I will always treasure our time together and that you will always hold a special place in my heart, what's left of it anyway. Summarily, I have an urgent business I must attend to up north. I fear this business might hold my attention for some time, so pray tell I might not return. I hope that in my behest. Also, in my behest of my immediate departure, I wish to not be followed. Any attempt to do so will be met with hostilities. Sincerely, Nyx, the bane of Gear's existence." And that's the letter from Nyx.
That's beautiful.
in your thing. So
The letter was like pretty good in there, but like the ending was just like it's just the perfect little little bow on top of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, so Gears is official. So I keep saying that. So next, I guess because Gears was in the thing I wrote, I had
Yeah.
to move
Yeah,
over.
because he was referred to
So,
multiple times in the letter.
So Nyx is now no longer with the party, obviously, and has exited and he is gone. So anything you guys want to do during the day before the evening arrives and you have to get ready for the grand dinner?
May I?
Well, right now, like, I don't think I'm with them because I'm currently like in a different room, like just like feeding the chicken and
Sure.
kind of just like practicing like archery shots.
Yeah.
Like use like targeting like using like a makeshift target on a tree to just like shoot it down.
I'm sure that he's got guards and stuff in Finland. I'm sure he's got somewhere you could probably practice your archery.
Oh,
and
yeah,
while
I'm
the
practicing
war was.
archery while they're doing their thing.
Keeping Han Solo on a leash and
Hen Solo.
Han Solo. Sorry. Okay, and I did hear Rex say you were doing something. What did you want to do?
Yeah.
May I traverse to a shop to procure diamonds for one of my spells?
Oh yeah, that does that thing.
You could definitely go into Yartar and you could take a day trip there and be back in time. What are you looking for? What value diamond are you needing to purchase?
Diamonds worth at least 300.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Put them in your sheet.
The spell in question is revive.
Revivify, and it will consume the diamond. So if you wanted to use it more than once, you might want to purchase multiple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I will actually. In fact, in case I will just purchase a bag to.
Sure. They'll give you the
be.
bag for free if you're purchasing that kind of money in diamonds. So just 300 for each diamond you are going to purchase. Take it away from your gold, and you can put a bag containing 3 diamonds in there, and we'll just subtract it as you use the spell.
What I'm probably gonna do myself is I'm probably gonna actually make a trip down there myself to pick up to refill my potions that I used a little bit. Get some more of those. Okay, so 1350. How many of those do I have? I need to pick up 3. Okay, so how much gold is that?
It is a big enough town that you can
That's 9.
purchase some
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so what's my gold currently looking like? Okay. 2, 3 minus. Nope. That's what I wanted. Yes. 1350. Okay. Nope.
Hey Angus, do you have a quiver of Ilona? That quiver? Is that something you have? I know you had a magic quiver. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
5133. Okay. So
I have that, and let's see. In it, I believe I have my my javelins.
All right. Very good.
Okay. Pick up one more of those then as well.
Let me go check the price on the bag of holding to answer your question there, Chalice, and I will let you know. It's a fairly common item. If it's worth what you've got, I will let you purchase it.
Well, I do obviously like Charles, just not to take away from you wanting to buy one, but I do still have the one that I've been using the entire time.
I know, but I don't want to
You want to be able to have one for yourself in case you need it for things.
Yes, and also I don't want my poor chicken's neck getting hurt, so I might have to put her in the bag if in a fight.
Well, the thing is, though, is to remember, depending on how you do that, though, you might have to like have the chicken try to find a way to have the chicken poking out of the bag.
Oh,
like a Banjo-Kazooie.
I don't know. I just put like an air bubble on her head.
That only lasts as long as the air bubbles got air. Yeah, bag of holding is you could suffocate in it, so that you probably not the best traveling.
Wait, you can suffocate. Wait, you can suffocate in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. There's no air in there.
It's a bag.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
I'm not gonna do it with my chicken.
No. Chalice, you do realize who said that, right?
Well, I thought that DL thought that was gonna do it. I'm not.
There we go. Okay. I picked up a couple potions and I picked up 1 extra diamond so I could have enough for the amount of spell slots I currently have for 3rd level.
All right. Angus, do you think you want to go pick up since everybody's making shopping trips?
Let me think. Let me see here. Let me check my inventory and see what I need.
Wow, that was a lot of. I just spent like, dear God, potions are expensive.
Well,
Go ahead.
It depends on which kind you get, because I know
you know the ones I had to use though.
Yeah, but like I said, it depends on which ones you get. Like regular potions, like 50. Greater.
Yeah, but I was picking up the higher end ones.
Oh, okay.
All right. You know how I couldn't figure out what the +2 was earlier on your attack for your thing, for your Chalice on her bow. Remember we had a thing. I was like, why was it +9? And I couldn't figure out where the +2 came from.
Yeah.
It was the when you had your sheet made. Apparently, you'd already taken someone took into account your bracers of archery, which give you +2.
I might. That might have been me actually.
But here's the problem: it's not +2 to. It is range attacks and damage rolls. So let me make sure the damage is increased too. That I'm not sure you did.
That might have been me because I remember when she was first getting her sheet made. I remember doing a lot with it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I just added it to the damage too because it wasn't added to the damage. The bracers of archery.
Oh, okay. I must have.
So far, I have put this in your sheet and this in your sheet, and I will be getting the dust of disappearance in there too. So,
If that was the case, then I probably didn't put those in, but like other things I probably did.
Okay. Did Gears want anything or need to go get anything from the town?
Let me see how much money I have right now, cause not
Oh,
sure if
my
I
You should have close to because a good chunk of us had like close to like 7K gold, if not more.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
yeah,
got
you're
that
right.
I'm gonna-
hole.
Well, I'm gonna head to the
any
local weaponsmith
Okay.
or somewhere to get some more javelins because I am completely out of javelins.
You can absolutely replace javelins. Do you need a price on that, or can you pull it from the compendium?
Let me actually check. Let me Google it.
It should be.
They got to be cheap. I mean, javelins aren't. I don't think they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking through the compendium at the moment to see if I can find them.
Can I go and look for like any like camping supplies? or
Okay. Javelins cost 5
Actually, no, no.
silver pieces.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
get as many as you want. Just count as a gold or two. I mean, I'll trust you to do the thing.
Okay.
Camping supplies. You have some, I believe. What kind of pack do you have?
I think probably 12. Definitely 12 javelins.
That'll work. Yeah, you actually have a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, torch, rations, water skin. Like you have a lot of camping supplies in your sheet already.
Yeah.
That probably came with your
Yeah, it did.
adventurer's pack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, could I possibly buy a lantern?
You can. They're cheap. As opposed to a torch.
Is the torch actually no way? Is the brain's dead?
Do you have infravision? Can you not see in the dark?
You know what?
Right.
I actually have something.
Actually, no wait. Yeah, I think I can.
You have umbral sight, which gives you dark vision up to like you do. You have this.
No, I'm just trying to figure out like what should I buy.
Well, you don't have to buy anything.
60 gold.
Yeah, you don't have to. Like, you can't think of anything. You don't have to really buy anything. Like,
yeah, most of what I want is just to be as magical as you guys.
Well, I just added the things in there, and you have your magic thing. And let me look at the.
Where is it?
On the right. If you look on the right next to all your abilities, there are the 3 things at the bottom that you bought. Are down there.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any recommendations for like me to buy? Like, should I get any potions or such like that?
Let's see. Since you're our quote unquote healer.
Well, he's one of them. Remember.
That's true.
He's also one of the tanks, you included.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have updated Ambur on your sheet. Gold from and I'm not going to disclose it out loud because that's the gold that you were paid by the Baron. You had I added an additional amount to your thing, so it's in your gold. That's how much you have available.
Okay, is it possible to acquire a bag of holding?
Let me go check and see what the cost on that would be for you.
I don't remember that being very expensive because I remember when I picked it up, like I think my most expensive item for me, I think, was my staff that I got. I think
it's a decent thing for it's a good value for the.
Oh, oh hell yeah, it is because I've been using that damn thing like ever since I got it.
Okay, I'd like a bag of holding and some potions. Oh god, I need potions.
You want all right? So healing potions are.
Here, I got the prices. I'll put them in the chat. I got the prices.
Okay. You got the price for potions.
Yeah, I got the prices for the potions and the amounts they do, which I put on my sheet in the thing. So there's the prices and there's how much they heal.
No, you don't have enough for a bag of holding. I don't know what you were thinking. A bag of holding is like $4 grand.
Okay.
I got given one. That was different.
I think I will try and get a hold of see here. So I think I'll go with the superior healing potion, and let's see here. I have 7. Then
how much do you have?
When it comes to the gold, 7. And 7K.
That should be higher.
7K. You guys have a lot of gold.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure if it should be higher or not because I remember we did
No, it should be about that because I had about 7K myself.
It's just that I have more.
Because I've also been, some of us have been using it like regularly to fill up on potions.
All
If
right,
we
you
use
know
a
what?
couple of
I'm going to. I did not realize you guys had that much. I am definitely not going to bump up to the same amount, but now your gold has been upped, Amber, to be a little more.
To be closer to
a
ours.
little closer to the thing.
To make
so you could buy a bag of holding with that money.
Okay, I think in the long term,
I would.
The bag of holding, I want a bag of holding, please.
A second bag of holding in the party is never a bad decision.
All right, I am taking your money. I'm taking your. I took your money out, and I'm going to put a bag of holding in your thing. So I deducted down, and we're going to do that.
50. Okay, I need to see something real quick. I need to subtract another 150 from my sheet then. Okay, so 150, so that's... Okay, so that takes that down, so 20 less. So that's currently 20 less of that.
This is just the 1 week where we're doing prep time, isn't it?
Nope. We're if we get everything done, we'll be moving on because I've got to give you guys your. I would hope to at least get into the infiltrating the ship.
At least get onto the ship. Yeah, I mean, like I'm done now. Like I did all the shopping I needed to, so I'm good.
So did I.
And Chalice, you're all good. And did you get your healing potion set up? Did you need to know prices? Did he?
I see the prices. I think I want 1 superior healing and 2 greater healing.
All right, then go. That would be 750. So deduct that from your gold and just in your items, like where you have your items listed in the middle bottom, put them in there.
I will also just to be nice here. I will take 4 of the graders that I had because I picked up another grader as well, so I had like 12 overall. I'll take 4 of them out and I'll give them to her as well, so she has 4 more on top for 4 more graders as well.
I think I will go with...
Do I manually type this in?
Yes, you put this into your There's a little treasure thing. You basically put bag of, like I did it like this is how I did mine. I put like in my treasure, I basically put this in my treasure slot there, and I wrote everything in the bag of holding below that.
So does that mean do I just
What you did is right when you did that. So when you increased your number potions of greater healing.
Someone decided to share it with me, so.
And 1 potion, you're doing that correctly, so you're fine.
Okay.
And I did also however many graders you had. Remember that I did hand you the 4 graders that you bought. I did hand you 4 more.
I know, I counted.
Okay. I will go with 6 superior healing and just for dire
emergency.
He is 1 supreme.
Cool. Make sure you just deduct the gold. I'm trusting you guys to manage your own gold.
Oh yeah, I've been every time I do this, I've been managing my gold like every time.
So do I as well.
That gives me 3.
I am never ever getting caught off guard ever again.
3, 9 gold and okay. Let me just.
And
Superiors 450 each.
Relax. Relax. I already did the math. I got the calculator.
I just figured out something hilarious that technically if it came down to it, if we had to do it, we can technically do now.
What?
If there's ever a time where we're in a situation where we can't win, we can literally just take the 2 bag of holdings and stick one inside the other and like throw it and stick it other inside while it's flying and just create a fucking astral plane portal.
Oh yeah!
We can do that now.
Cause if the bag is overloaded, pierced to torrents, ruptures.
No. It's the last part. It's the last part thing. It's the last
part. Placing a bag of holding inside an extra-dimensional space created by a handy haversack, portable hole,
or something similar
item instantly destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane.
Yes.
Yeah. someone's actually designed that and actually set it up.
The arrowhead of total destruction. Yeah.
I am almost done. Okay, so that was 6 superiors.
Mm-hmm.
And
the arrowhead of total destruction.
It shoots a rolled up portable hole into a bag of holding when it hits. Yeah.
Which means obviously, like, you could fire it from further away and actually get away from get away from it a lot easier.
By the way, I would totally not allow that in my game. That's too OP.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's a thing we could. I'm not actually gonna. I was just saying we could. Like, we could have done it if we needed to.
I understood that reference, Sentai.
Voila.
Anyway.
And I think with Diogen, I think we're done shopping, I believe.
Okay. I believe the so now let's fast forward. Everyone is back. Everyone has time to prepare for dinner, and you are called down to dinner. Their servants will come and get you and let you know. And they do. They lead you into the room in front of like the what was the grand dining hall that you were in at one point. And the concierge that has helped you, like when you first got there, the door open. You kind of gets you lined up and pushes the door open, and then announces,
announces that we have arrived.
Announces, calls your names, announces you one at a time, and leads you towards the head of this long table. And there's some noblemen there. There's also some people who are the Baron. Everyone seems to love the Baron. You haven't noticed, and this is something that honestly Ambur could have would know, because she's seen how he treats his staff. He is a very kind nobleman who tends to not look down on the people that do the work for him. So he seems to be genuinely a good guy. So you do see a couple of more commonly dressed people that have been invited to join the dinner. But he brings you to the head of the table, and there are seats on each side. There's an empty seat. There's actually like 3 on each side of him at the head of the table. Yeah. So he asked. I believe you're missing someone. Where is your friend? Where is your dark friend?
He has left to handle personal obligations.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I assume you will be taking his share of the reward.
Yes, we will.
I wouldn't see why we couldn't split that at that point if we had to.
So he says,
which would mean, of course, we're going to split it. Like,
enough of that. We'll discuss business after. Right now, we eat. And he said he has you all sit down, and dinner is fabulous. He brings like there's all kind of meats. There's a very like just the exotic like fruits and vegetables and things, like especially from there's even things that look like they are very similar to dishes from the Feywild that are presented to Ambur, because it's just so this very fancy. And and there's some minstrels that come in, and they're entertained while people are eating. And it dies down. There's conversation. Has anyone made any kind of offer yet to Chalice to join the party? And would you like to?
No, I don't think you have. But
would anyone like to do that?
I mean, of course, sorry to cut you off there, but like, Kai would of course get up and of course extend like it's hard to put it into words, but the most like gracious invitation he could muster in the moment, because it's kind of like, it feels like a little bit of a party-esque situation, so he's trying to not be too grandiose, but just add enough air to it that it's like, of course, like, you're welcome to join if you want to.
I'm just kind of avoiding touching the meat.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And also, I'm using a clean, very particular dagger to cut things.
And of course, like Kai just like notices it, just kind of goes.
I can't believe you kept
Cult dagger.
It's a cold dagger.
I can't believe you actually kept that thing. Why would you keep that?
How could you diss Matilda like that?
You named it? You named it!
You know what? I'm not going to question this anymore because look at half the shit we've gotten up to at the party.
Fair enough.
Especially,
Why would you name the dagger?
especially,
Don't
I
question
don't know how your little tank ran into a room full of giants.
Especially Matilda, of all things.
Let's just not get into that.
Yeah, let's.
Yes, but an offer has been extended to you by our gracious leader.
I
Should you accept is up to you.
mm-hmm.
What is this offer?
We would like
To
you to join
join
the
us.
party.
We would like you to accompany us with our further adventuring.
And what shall you do on your adventure?
It's literally just a case of anything we can get into that actually helps.
Well, does anyone want to explain to her what you're doing currently? Because you guys are on a pretty big quest.
Trying to gain information on a bit of a situation in the giant world where its head is absent, and the offer has been extended to us by the Queen Regent of their land.
The current queen for the time being.
Yes, which I did look that up just to be safe. That is currently her title.
Good,
because
I really appreciated that you got that right. So good.
Yeah.
Yes. And that also entails going on a gambling ship.
Well, the thing is though, the part that we're at now, she would already know about this part because obviously she would have been there for this part.
She does know that you were trying. She was there when you struck the bargain. That she knows. She would know that we're trying to get access to this exclusive gambling barge.
Yes,
but I don't know that she would have known why.
Yes, and
which is what we
part
just
of the
explained.
other reason is to interrogate someone who seems to be
find information about said. Basically, to find information about said king, about said actual king. I guess you could say
about his situation.
Current whereabouts, whatever
be he alive or dead.
Alive, dead, just any number of things, basically.
Yes.
And the person you are looking for is that you need to talk to, that you've been told is the owner of the Grand Dame.
Yes.
And I'm putting it in here for you so you have it. Is
it was
Lord
hard time
Casper Dryland. That is the gentleman's name.
Okay, I'll put that.
Told that before, but I'm going to put it out there so if someone's taking notes. That's the owner of the Grand Dame. That's the gentleman you need to.
I got.
Wait, his name is Casper?
Not that Casper.
Yes, his name is Casper.
There, I got the name written down. Wrote down.
I ain't afraid no go.
So that way I can and I also with the thing with the Grand Dame with the Arthur, I put a small note next to that saying owner noted below, so the name can be matched to everything, so I don't forget.
There you go.
Yes, but Amber, what say you to this offer?
Well, I am tired of being on my lonesome, and it would do me good to have some company, and I do enjoy your company. So now I will say yes.
All right.
Glad to have you.
I'm guessing that the insults towards me will not end, though, will they?
You two did get off on a bad foot in terms of how you first met. So I would expect.
Did you hear anything? Must have been the one.
Exactly. Oh, quarter demonstratum.
I already regret this decision.
And of course, like at this point, like Kai's just sitting there with one leg, with his with his right leg folded over his left, just holding the bridge of his nose, just like. So we swapped one for another. Cool.
I pat Gears on the back and I say, there, it's okay. I'm sure that you will be okay someday. Not right now, though.
Amber, I would suggest you do not patronize our good paladin.
Yeah, remember, I'm the one who's in charge of healing you. There may come a time when you're in need of healing, and I decide not to.
Remember, don't piss off the healer. It's not a good idea. Do not piss off the healers.
So Amber has accepted, sounds like, the party's invitation.
Yes.
And over your delicious food, and after a while, the and conversation, and you have people who are coming up, kind of out of their seats when they're done eating, and like they're kind of getting like talking to you, and you're semi celebrities. And some of the nobles even make reference to some of the earlier things, like they've heard things, like and whispers, like your exploits are starting to make the rounds, and some of them aren't, like it's like it is. Some of them aren't even close. Like, did I hear you guys like went into some dungeon and destroyed all these kobolds, and you fought a big red dragon? Like, it's not quite right, but it's how it happens when rumors kind of go around.
It's
not exactly,
but close enough.
Close enough. Our reputation does very much precede ourselves in that regard.
And one guy says, "I heard they beat up a bunch of people in a bar for no reason."
That was an accident.
That is just a rumor.
That has to deal with our current bereft party member.
Our current but not so current party.
You're like, that guy's not here anymore. It's like when someone comes.
That was not us. That was someone else.
It's like someone comes in to complain about somebody at work that's already been fired. You're like, he's not here anymore.
Like he left. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's not here anymore. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
Yes.
So the night goes on. Then there's entertainment. People are dancing. It starts. They kind of push the table. They have the servants kind of push the dining table around, and there's like an open floor, and there's dancing, and people are sitting and talking, and drinks are flowing, and the night starts to wind down, and a lot of the guests are leaving and getting escorted out and taken, driven home if they need to, and everything, in carriages. And before you know it, it is basically just a couple of they're just humans that have been kind of hanging around and at the table, and the concierge that you're familiar with, that was his servant, and the Lord Chamberlain, and he says, okay. He goes, please. He brings you back to the table, and they pull over like a smaller round table where you can all sit around.
Yeah.
And he says, well, thank you for enjoying the festivities and for letting us show you the hospitality we could. I think it's time we discuss business.
Of course.
Indeed.
And he says, first and foremost, I appreciate having any of my family back. This could have gone worse, and I may, if I had not enlisted your aid, I may never have the fate of my brother, and that would have tormented me for the rest of my life. So here, and some additional, is your one of your reward, part one, and he kind of claps and brings out one of his servants brings out this little small chest. He says, in here you will find 2,500 gold. Please split it amongst yourselves as you desire.
So 500 gold per person. Then
500 each. Yeah, 500. Make it nice and easy. Yeah. So everybody can pop 500 under their gold.
I'll add that to the your third. So that's 500. You said.
Yep.
Yes, 500 per person.
And then he says, and the other part. First off, information.
Bless you.
Lord Dryland sees himself as the future water baron of the river and of the waters here in Yartar. The whole point of his barge is to make contacts with wealthy elite and gain more power.
Of course.
He is
a charming individual.
He's not. And I don't know what all he's into, but
sarcasm.
He said, well, sarcasm or not, he's just not. Nothing I've heard about him and makes me think he is a good man. And I don't know. I have no proof he's involved in any organizations, but I feel like it wouldn't be out of the question if he was involved in some things that we are unaware of. But let me tell you more about the Grand Dame. This gambling barge, it leaves the docks at dusk. So people arriving as you will be arriving will need to arrive approximately an hour before dusk. The boat goes down the river till about mid evening and turns around and returns to the dock at dawn, and everyone basically spends the evening eating, drinking, gambling, enjoying entertainment, and spending money, losing money, and basically having a good time. It's not my thing. I've been once or twice when I have been needed to do it as a part of a business deal, but it's just not something I usually go to. However, I do want to inform you of one thing that will be very important and may hinder your efforts. Again, not knowing exactly what they are. They are not going to allow you on this boat with any visible weapons or armor. He looks over at Gears and he says, Warforged, since your armor is integrated, you will probably get away with yours. But if there's anything that's a visible armor or visible weaponry, they will turn you away. And it doesn't matter what kind of credentials I give you, they will turn you away. So be aware that you'll either have to, and I will be happy to store things here safely for you, but if you walk up as you left here to go adventure before, you're never going to get passes on this boat unless you fight your way in. With that said, you were asked me to find a way to get you on, and I have. And he slides over what looks like a hand, like one of the like a poster you'd see advertising things. It's it's hand drawn. There's not a lot of and then there's like limited printing, but not like it's not like a full color or anything. But it is a poster. The person on the poster has a very striking resemblance to Rex.
Oh,
and that's explained why.
And right below it, it says the name Kalen Silverstar.
Oh my
and
God.
This is I'm going to put anytime I'm going to put this in here. So you know what? You actually would recognize the name. It's a very famous minstrel, and he usually is on performing way on the other side of the continent. He travels. He's a very famous traveling bard.
In my formative years at the College of Lore, I did also attend some of his concerts, and
nice.
I am very acquainted with said minstrel.
Well, he gives you this dossier with information. As a famous bard from the faraway land, Kalen Silverstar is well known for his musical performances, often accompanied by his trusted entourage. His charisma and charm are renowned throughout the land, making him a popular draw for high-end casinos. So he says, I have, young bard, spoken to the captain of the Grand Name, Captain Storn. That's not Storm with an M, Storn with an N.
Storn.
Yes. And let him know to reach out to Lord Dryland that I had a contact to potentially get Kalen Silverstar to join him on one of his journeys downriver and to perform. And it was well received, to say the least, because he is very much about appearance and about trying to make get the most influential people on his boat.
Yes.
And he looks over at Cairo. And he slides a piece of paper. He says, "You, my tiefling, you are Lucian Nightshade."
Ooh.
Now, Lucian Nightshade, Here's what you need to know. He's a mysterious figure. I'm going to give, and I will, and my assistants here will clothe you to appropriate clothing. So don't worry about that. You'll have a nice hooded cloak to keep, and keep yourself kind of understated.
Yes. Disguises.
And yes, but this is what is known. He hands you this information in the little dossier. Lucian Nightshade is a mysterious figure, often seen wearing a hooded cloak and keeping to the shadows. He is known for his magical abilities and his loyalty to Caitlin Silverstar. It's often mistaken for the bard's bodyguard or personal advisor.
I mean, that is the thing. The funny part is that is very similar to how this party somewhat works.
And he looks over and he says, "And my automaton friend,
thank you.
You-
Finally, someone want to dress me properly.
you are simply known as Ironclad.
Ooh.
I see.
Now,
You
will serve in the role, at least in appearance, as bodyguard. Ironclad is a hulking warforged with a metallic body that is nearly impervious to harm. He is muscle, and you do look more metallic now because of your armor that's integrated. So that does kind of work for you. Then he looks over and he says, "And my little goblin friend," he says, "unfortunately, and I don't mean any disrespect, but we're going to have to sell the fact that you're a goblin. Your name in this entourage is Sneak, and you're going to be known as a small yes.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
I have a feeling about this.
I very much have a bad feeling.
Sneaky.
Oh no!
So he passes the dossier over to you, and he says you're going to kind of need to be seen as the lackey, and yes, it's a racist thing, but it's a human town. Sneak is seen as small and scrappy goblin, often overlooked by others due to his size. You're often mistaken as a servant or lackey of the group. That is your role.
Not being the first time.
And he looks over and he has a smile, and it's kind of a smile he had earlier when he heard you guys talking to Ambur.
Yeah.
And he said, "And I saw how well you worked together, and I kind of had a feeling and took some liberties. Ambur, my very cherished contract employee, and you've done a fantastic job, but if you're accompanying them, you'll be known as Lyra Sunwing."
Ooh.
And well, how do I say this? Caitlin Silverstar is kind of the ladies' man.
Oh god! Here we go.
Lyra Sunwing is known for her grace and her dancing, and she's often mistaken for Caitlin's love interest, or his muse, or it's just that's what he writes songs about her.
I mean, technically, like they could even though like it says that could still be like denied in a sense like this, that like it just sounds similar to her as all.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's ways we can sell this stuff that don't actually make anything weird.
Well, he was giving you, that was the goal, was to give identities that you guys could use.
Stack of twigs.
So
also, when it comes to Angus, I believe this clip suffices.
Look at me. Does me by my size, do you?
I mean, yeah,
that works.
So he says that it's towards the end of the 10 days, so the weekend is coming up, and he basically says in 2 nights, Kalen, and he does air quotes, was set to arrive with his entourage at my manor, and I was to provide transportation to the docks for the honestly I don't have memorized what the 10 days are. The equivalent of Friday. Night's journey. So you have 2 days to prepare whatever you need to. Clothing will be provided appropriately for your disguises. My intelligence officers, and he points to the two gentlemen who've been kind of quietly kind of holding their hands behind their back and kind of watching, have decided that due to your nature of well, let's be frank, not being human, we had to go with the story of an individual who would have collected throughout his travels an entourage of your type.
Of course.
Is there anything else that I could give information on, or that you might need to know? You're obviously welcome to stay here and prepare the next 2 days.
I will say this though, not to kind of be off here, but I'm just gonna say, for the sake of ease and convenience, gonna use if Ambur would agree with me on this, use our bag of holdings as a storage for the prize items. Don't move them off your sheets, just leave them there. We'll just when we need to take them back out, we took them out basically.
Honestly, I was gonna store all that in.
We're gonna store them basically in the bag of holdings for some people in one, some people in the other. We'll just say it's just random. We'll just say it's like between the three. It doesn't really matter who goes with who's, basically.
Are you planning on taking them with you?
The bag of holding?
I was gonna put the bag of holding underneath my clothes, I guess.
I would probably just sell it as just a small little just for because I would probably put some other things there, some potentially things that would look like that's obviously the leader in this scenario would need some water and stuff, bottles water skins and stuff like that, so I can sell it as this is things for him.
Actually, since I'm technically Kaylin's love interest, technically, then he would totally let me have one.
So,
actually, yeah, I could see him making that as a thing for that's why we both have them still.
Because he loves me, and he bought it for me as a birthday present.
So I feel like you guys don't understand how big a bag of holding is.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a tiny pouch.
No.
Then I'm going to make Sneak carry it.
Okay, because a bag of holding is like 2 feet diameter mouth, and it's 4 feet long. You could put a 10-year-old in a bag of holding.
All right, Sneak. All right, quote unquote Sneak. You're gonna carry it for me.
I mean, that's
I'm going to sell the image of a goblin lackey, and quote unquote Sneak is going to carry the bag of holding. Because and all we have to do is just say it contains all of my lady clothes.
Yeah, it contains clothing and stuff like that.
So go ahead. No, by all means, please.
So there's going to potentially Princess Vespa?
Basically. But in a way, kind of, but whatever.
So I want you to. So you have 2 days to prepare.
Yes.
Do you want to do anything? Does anyone want to go scout out the dock early to see what's going on?
I would probably say to put the image forth early. Just I'll go down there.
How do we divvy up the items in the bag? I'm assuming that I'm going to be sharing I think I'm gonna assume that since Sentai
he's holding it, probably put some of his in there.
He's holding my bag, that I might as well put his stuff in there so he can quickly get his weapons if something happens. Okay.
That'd be fine. Yeah. The bag holds up to 500 pounds, so just be aware of that when you're talking about what's going in there.
Yeah, so
and I still have a good bit of weight myself in there, so I'll probably put the rest.
There's no need to move items or anything or put stuff in writing at this point. We'll talk about how we're gonna do it because
it's just character stuff.
Yeah. So the one thing that so basically what it sounds like the plan is to go with none of your visible weapons or armor on, all of them stored in the 2 separate bags of holding, with the exception of Gear's integrated armor which
Yeah,
basically
that's
just which appears to be part of his Warforged body.
Yeah.
You would need to get rid of put up Shatter Spike, and the shield would need to go, and anything like that.
Well, because remember, they turn us away.
They're gonna let you on.
Actually,
Gears?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I think because this isn't technically a weapon, I'm gonna keep on me the Dust of Disappearance.
That's technically not a weapon, and like you can sell it as just like a different product or something like that, and just
just be ready to answer questions if someone asks you what something is.
Of course, I'm fine with doing that same thing myself.
All right, so you've got 2 nights. What are you gonna? You got 2 nights to do something before you've got to get on the docks. Is there anything you want to do prepping for that?
Okay. I'm curious.
I'll probably scout ahead, since being potentially being the bodyguard here, kind of making it like not known per se that technically Kaylin's here, but just like scouting it out ahead of time, like kind of like to have like small notepad on me, a small notepad per se.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So you're
taking notes. Basically.
Are you going to bring Gears with you as potentially the other bodyguard to just sell the story?
Yes, I will bring him with to sell the story sell the story just that little bit harder.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything else that first night? The tomorrow night, basically.
Yeah.
Nope.
Everybody good?
I'd assume so.
I'm ready to watch someone lose their mind in a gambling addiction.
So, you get there, and several hours before the dusk, basically. You start seeing, definitely start seeing people show up, and initially it is crewmen. You start seeing, it's really like within several hours before dusk, you see a bunch of like commoners. There's a bunch of guys that look like really beefy, like they must do something, and one of them actually has part of is bringing in part of an oar, like a big long oar, so they're obviously rowers. You see people that look like just servants, and some people are dressed a little more fancy, but kind of common fancy, like they're probably like card dealers or there's some like really pretty women that definitely are escorts. There's you see some just musicians, but they're just like instrument musicians, like people to be kind of walking around, like giving like ambiance and stuff, like when they have a string quartet sitting in the corner just to kind of set the mood. So they get there, and as they get there, there is a human, very stocky, looks very much like definitely like an old sailor. He's human, and he has like 8 different like deck hands that are all kind of helping him. But you do notice they are patting down the employees as they get on the boat. So you do notice they do that. So they are patting down the employees, and they send them on their way. Then a little bit later, you start seeing like the fancy people start showing up, and the captain and the deckhands you saw are back on the ship, and its employees who are a little better dressed are now welcoming people on board. Obviously nobles, like the difference in the garb and in the air and the people around them who are helping him. Servants are these are people with money.
Oh yes.
We're talking.
I would like Gears and Cairo to both make perception checks for me, please. I'll let you know. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's a DC 10.
Okay, so it's not a hard one, but it there's a chance for it to go.
Do you notice something?
Okay.
Okay, that's not performance. It'd be persuasion. It'd be perception. Perception.
There we go. Okay.
Perception. Perfect. Okay.
And be just to do it. If it'll.
Yeah. So you're noticing that when they come through, they are like anytime there's a pack or a bag, and usually it's because the servants are carrying them, they are checking them.
Okay.
They're looking in things that people are carrying with them and that their servants are carrying with them. Not the small, like a little purse, like a women's clutch, and a man's little like
those
bag.
they're not going to look, but like something like something similar to
but
you
notice one of the servants is bringing his kind of backpack, and they open it up, and it has, and you see them pulling like bottles of like wine out, and they put it back in, and they're going through. But it's any bag of size, they're checking before it gets on the boat.
Okay, so that's gonna present a problem.
Crap! What do we do?
We might just have to leave.
We pretty much at this point we have to move the weapons out of it.
No, it's between me. It's just between me technically, Gears, because so it's like we're gonna have to. We might just have to leave the stuff back with the Lord, because I don't think we have much of a choice now with them actively searching. Like we can't.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Flutter. It's between Kyle.
No, he's just providing a thing at this point. That's different than.
Okay, never mind. Bad.
So as we see that though, like a little bit after, we'll make our way back and obviously drop the news that we literally there's no way we're going to be able to take our stuff with. There's literally like from what we've been seeing at that ship, they're actively searching everybody who comes onto that ship. So there's no way we're bringing this stuff with. The only one who can get away with it is Gears here, because he at least has the integrated armor and stuff like that. So he's more fine than the rest of us.
So are you leaving most of your things?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah. So I will say that you probably would get away with some material components. You could probably get away with some spells.
Could I technically get away with the staff per se if I proceed as like more of like a technically like more of like a guide, like a walking stick in a way technically, or
staves are pretty well seen as either wizard's weapons or martial weapons, so probably not.
Okay,
if you had something smaller like a walking stick, maybe, but even then, that's going to be an improvised type weapon.
I guess we're going to have to improvise.
Oh well, we'll figure stuff out when we're in there. So we're gonna have to just leave. We're just gonna have to leave all the visible weapons here. Like we don't have a choice now.
So next night, anything other than just having a good night's sleep and getting ready to go?
Yeah, I would assume the next night would just be us, just gearing up, getting ready for it, basically, and stuff like that.
All right. Okay, well then the next day arrives and the time comes and everyone gets dressed in their appropriate attire. Definitely Rex has the fanciest of clothes, followed probably because, again, she is maybe seen as his muse or his...
Yes,
his
would be the second, of course.
And of course, being seen as the servant, Angus probably has the least, and really there isn't really a tire for the Warforged. Pretty much Gears looks like Gears except without a shield and a sword for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you've been given a hooded cloak and some fine clothes to go under it. And
which I would assume, like, to conceal the whole like nature of staying into the shadows, it'd probably be like darker colored clothes, probably.
Yep. Like a dark hood. You're seen as like you're kind of seen like as if you think about a maybe like, since he's a performer, almost like an agent, or just like you're like
a bouncer.
Yeah, but more like someone who's like helping him set up gigs, dealing with the mundane stuff like. Is Mr. Silverstar's room ready? Because he's not going to arrive until his rider has been fulfilled, and he only has green M&Ms in his dressing room, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm not okay. I wouldn't be that vapid.
No. But I'm saying
you're providing an example. I'm aware.
I'm saying that's the role that he would be kind of perceived at.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're.
So I'm basically just the man behind the talent, basically.
Yep. So I'm gonna flip over to the map that we have for this. but I will tell you, it is super cluttered. I don't like it, and since I don't think you guys are going to actually, if it becomes to a fight, we'll deal with the map. If it doesn't come to a fight, and I'm gonna just.
Oh God!
Can you see it? It's just black, right?
I cannot see anything.
Is it just black?
Graphics performance notification. We
All
have
right.
detected that you may be.
Hold on. You know why?
Dynamic lighting.
Because dynamic lighting's on art by default.
Thought so.
Hold on.
Oh my God!
There we go.
Better? All black? All black now?
No, I can see everything now.
Everything. Okay. So we're not staying on here long. Here is the sheet, and here's where everyone's at. So I'm going to move you back over. That's why we're not going to be on the boat, because it's full of people.
Yeah, honestly, us seeing the map at that point really doesn't affect anything, because we're not going to be on that map technically, so it's fine.
Nope. Well, I'm going to tell you, we're going to do the old school D&D where I'm doing theater of the mind until we have to do fighting, and then we're going to fight.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I always did love doing theater of the mind, because it just really helps a lot better than having a visual aid.
If the map's good, I like maps. I do. But if the map is too cluttered and this is not even a great full color map or anything, I'm just like whatever. So, and that's kind of what we've been doing all night. Anyway, we haven't had a map yet, and I'm hoping everything's been okay. So, moving forward. So you guys, the Lord Chamberlain gets you in a nice one of his nice carriages. And you get to the dock, and I'm assuming you're going to approach.
Which, just to again, to continue telling the story, of course, of all the people to get out, I'd probably be the one to get out first to basically get ready for when he would arrive.
Sure. So you're out, and you guys all get out, and basically surrounding Rex.
To a small, it's like a loose circle basically around him.
Yeah, you're an entourage, basically. Yeah, so you're walking around, and there's a people that are queued up, probably 4 or 5 couples that are kind of in small groups that are queued up to line up to go into the back. There's 2 entrances onto the boat. The one up very close to the front of the boat is obviously not the one you're going in. It is the one that the servants go in. The one that's further in the back of the boat is very they have the little ropes, and they have there's a plush carpet that kind of they have rolled out for people to walk up onto and get up into the boat. So you guys queue up, I guess.
Yeah.
And you get up there, and the attendants say, and you were given an invitation, and so the
which of course whenever they would ask, immediately presenting it as if to basically say I'm prepared ahead of time for this.
Yep, that's fine. The attendant takes it, and he goes, Kalen Silverstar. Oh
yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm such a big fan. Nice to meet you. You look. Yeah, you know what? You're a little shorter than I remember. I saw you when I was just a child, and it was very south on the Sword Coast. I don't remember what tour it was, but my family took me, and I was in the back, and I could barely see you. But it is good to see you again. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm just a servant. I'll be able to hear it through the walls, but that's going to be enough. This way, by all means. And he gives his clipboard to the other guy and starts leading you in. Very excited.
Thank you very much.
So you follow him in, and he takes you into what is basically the main cabin, large cabin, and it is on what would be, if you looked outside, you would know it is the main deck. There's obviously from the outside an upper deck, and if you know anything about boats, there's obviously a below decks where that would be where the rowers would be and stuff. So on the main deck, you walk into this large cabin, and it's obviously being transformed into this opulent gambling hall. There's a centerpiece, which is this gold-plated wooden sculpture of a goose, and it's on a table at the back of the area. There's glasses of fine wine that are being walked around free, just for the taking. You see on the wall across from the wooden spiral staircase at the end of at the back of the ship, you see a very unflattering portrait of this person. It's a big like a heavy, foppish, grinning dude, and he's not very attractive. But he obviously is someone of import. You suspect it's probably Lord Dryland you're looking at, since it's being hung in such a prominent place. And then you'll see there's you hear some like tinkling music up the stairs, and you see a sign that points to the dance hall. So apparently there's a dance hall up the stairs at the back of the ship. You see a lady, human. She is see if I have a handout for her to show you. She is patrolling the area, kind of walking around. She's checking in on people, but she's obviously very, like, she's looking very, I'm trying to say, looks very, like, she's being very observant. Obviously she is some kind of security. And I'm trying to find you a picture of her. Perfect. And I'm going to put it in the Discord channel. Looks like that. She's got her hair up and she's walking around. She has these robes on. You don't see anyone really with any weaponry.
Given the rule.
So, yep. But you really don't see any like guards per se. It's a lot of servants and a lot of commoners, but there's also, amongst them, you don't see like anyone who is like, you saw some earlier, the deckhands that like the 8 to 10 deckhands that Cairo saw. They were armed, but you see no sign of them here in this common area. There's not a weapon really in sight. And they lead you over to a big table, and it says, "Sir, you're due to go on about 3 hours after we set sail in the dance hall. But if you would like," and he hands you a bag, and it feels like it kind of clinks, but it's like wooden. And he says, "Lord Dryland would like to give you some coins for gambling." And he goes,
Okay.
He goes, there are 20 golden geese. Each golden geese can be redeemed for 10 gold. If you wish to buy more chips, Pao Ming, and she looks over, and that's the person that's walking around, Pao Ming. I'll give you that name so you can remember it. Pao Ming can change you out and give you some, give you golden geese for your coin. We don't trade directly in gold here, for obvious reasons, because there are employees that would get sticky hands with that much cash passing.
Oh yes, they would.
Also,
they would.
I have to say something regarding the quote unquote artwork of
Pao.
Pao.
Of Pao, yes.
That's a woman.
Like,
yeah,
I'm not the one who thinks that looks like a guy, right?
Given the facial structure and the face she's making, yeah, I can see that. And
maybe she's older.
Wait, Lee Shiva, is that you?
I can kind of see it.
It's more the attitude I was getting.
Yeah. Anyway.
You don't know.
So basically you have 20 chips. You have the equivalent of 200 gold. They basically gave you in chips, and leads you to a table and asked if you would like to play a few hands of blackjack before you have to perform.
I would like to, yes.
Very good, sir.
Is it possible if I could sit with him?
You can.
Yes, you can.
supposed to be his girlfriend.
Right there. So, this is our virtual blackjack table.
Hush.
Can everyone see it?
Oh no.
Hush, you overgrown piece of shrubbery.
I think it's clear. Does everyone can see this okay?
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, let me go back to. Here we go. Yes.
And I'm going to allow, if you guys want to work together on this. First you can say how much you're going to bet. How many chips?
I'd say 4.
4. All right. So that's the equivalent of 80 gold. So right now, her hand here is visible hand for the dealer is a 2. Visible hand for who is a king. And then we do this where we deal. So I have to play by the dealer blackjack rule. So even though this would normally be face down for other players, I'm going to flip your other card. So now you're sitting at a 12, and I'm going to deal a card to me because you would not see the card. Let's see. All right. So the question is, hit or stand?
Hit.
All right. Flips over another card. That's 14.
Stand.
14. All right. And I need to check this because it's supposed to be just doing random cards because I wanted to basically do the equivalent of a multi, because usually that's multiple decks in a stack for blackjack. That keeps people from counting cards. So
yeah.
Dealer flips over and shows 12. Dealer has to take up to 17. Dealer bus. So now, you are now up 4 chips. So that's where we're at now. All right. We're going to scoop the cards up. How many do you want? What are you going to bet? You now have 24 chips total.
Let's go with 3 this time.
There we go.
So you're betting 3. Bet 3. You get dealer. You get 7. Dealer gets 10. Dealer gets dealt a card face down. And you get another card in its face. Dealer does not know, but you get another card. Oh, no joker. I didn't mean to. Should have took the wild cards out.
Yeah.
What is joker in blackjack?
There is not.
Since you don't use the wild card.
You have 17. Dealer asks if you want to hit. Stand on 17. Dealer flips over. Dealer's got 18. Dealer wins this one. So now you are only up 1. So you're now at 21 chips. So we're going to do like maybe 3 more hands of this, and then we're going to continue with what we're doing. So while we're doing this, while they're playing, does anyone in the entourage want to do anything else? Because the goal, of course, of the evening is to
have fun, have a good time.
Is to have fun and not interrogate Lord Dryland.
I'm going to, as my namesake, sneak off.
Okay. Where do you want to go? Because the basically you can see you're at the back of the ship now, the back area. There is there's a bunch of people there, but you are a very small dude. There is a hallway, and there's a hallway that kind of goes around the outside of the ship on the main deck. and there's windows everywhere out. There's also a door at the very back, like the front of the ship. There's a door, and you can see people coming out of a small room, bringing like food and things in that door. Or you can go out on the outside and walk around the outside of the ship on the deck of the ship if you want to.
Don't question.
There's also the spiral staircase behind you too.
Is there a room where there be like, I don't know, like darts or anything like that?
This room is not that you can see. This room is gambling stuff. So it's not. It's there's card games going on. There's like a version of roulette. You see some people playing like some dice games.
That's a dice game.
Okay. We will let you try the dice game. You don't have any chips though.
Damn.
Actually, I kind of want to try the dice game.
Yeah, it would be a good idea for you to.
Yeah,
You're good
at Yeah, so I think I'll hit. All right. So where do I need to go to get the?
You pretty much have to look around. If you're looking for that other lord, the lord that we're looking for, we probably have to look around for him.
If you're looking for it now, you do think you do have seen who you think is the lord in that portrait, so you would have an idea of who you're looking for.
All right, I can't find him on my own.
Okay. It doesn't take long actually, because as everyone starts settling in, you hear, as you're playing blackjack, you do hear and you feel the ship getting pushed off the dock, and you can feel the feeling of you're moving downriver. It's not long after that coming down the back staircase, you see a gentleman that very much looks like the guy in the picture.
Okay.
And he comes in and he starts shaking. He starts shaking like some people's hands, and some people he seems to know very well. Like he's like, oh, welcome back. And he like hands little pouches out to some of these people that look like the same, like a smaller version of the pouch that you were given, with your chips in it. Over this guy's shoulder is a small octopus that's like kind of like hanging on him, and like it's rubbing his face and whatever. It's obviously like a pet.
Right.
And you recognize he doesn't have the same outfit on as in the portrait. It was more fancier clothes and stuff, but this definitely looks like the guy that was in the portrait. And that's what he looks like. That is that is Lord Dryland. So he's but he's going out and he's shaking, and he comes up and he looks, and he comes down towards you. He kind of stares at Sneak, because Sneak's kind of walking past him, looking like just checking stuff out as he's walking back to the blackjack table. And he pulls out like a piece of paper, a bigger size piece of paper. And he looks at it, and then he looks up at you guys and looks at it again, and then he smiles and rolls it up, and he comes up and he pats really hard Rex on the back, and he says, Kaylin Silverstar, I have heard such good things about you. I cannot believe we're lucky enough to have you on my boat. Welcome to the Grand Dame. I am Lord Casper Dryland, at your service, sir. And he gives you a long, deep bow.
And of course, like the entire time the two are having this conversation, of course, like again, selling the story a little harder. Of course, I'm just far enough back to, if I have to spring it, I could, but just like also far enough back that it's just like not.
Yeah,
it's like just enough distance basically to not seem threatening, but just close enough that if I have to do something, I can.
And I'd be sitting the closest.
Well, of course, because
we are totally 100% in love.
Totally.
That's what it looks like to him. He's like, he's like, and who is this lovely lady?
Yes.
And he's like,
this is
Lyra Sunwing. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And he's kind of taken aback, almost like he wasn't sure if you could speak. Again, we're in a very human-centric town, folks.
He didn't think this. He didn't think. He saw a rabbit on two. He saw a rabbit sneak. He didn't think, hey, what's going on?
He doesn't really know what to do. So he kind of like. So he does what he would do with a woman. He takes your paw and his little and like his finger and his thumb.
Of course.
He like kind of kisses your paw and pleasure to meet you, milady. And I assume these are your. It's kind of prompting you. These are your.
These are my.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, talking out of character. I don't know what to say.
Well, it's of course, like I said, noticing that she's slipping a little bit. Of course, I would take a step forward.
I giggle. I think I try to like giggle and blush and stuff.
Like
Like I'm kind of like turning to like I'm like he's kind of flirting me, so like I'm kind of
doing
the very like shy kind of thing, like demure.
Yeah, instead like I'm selling the image of like I'm a shy person.
Of course,
yeah.
Which of course, like seeing that as like a small cue, almost taking a step forward. Yes, we are his entourage.
And and he's walking around behind you, and he kind of bumps into Gears, and he's like, "Oh, aren't you a big fella?"
Yes. I am Ironclad lad, his bodyguard.
By all means, I am telling you, I run a very good ship. We'll have no need for your services tonight, Ironclad, but I'm sure he feels safe having you right near and so close. I am assuming, and he kind of leans in, like whispering, I'm assuming the little cretin that was running around is part of yours, because I'm sure my people would not have let him on board otherwise. Thank you. Good. I have better staff than that to let someone like that on board without being.
And of course, like not making it like completely like body language known, just giving him like the slight just like side eye of just like not actually giving him the side eye, but just like in my head basically giving him the side eye of you mother.
So he says, well, it looks like we are 2.5 hours away from your performance. I have a stage ready for you upstairs. If you need to prepare, if you need to relax, we don't have guest quarters to speak of, but I would be happy to let you relax. I don't think I have room for your entire entourage, but if you would like to relax in my quarters, they could stay outside the door to keep you safe. But if you need to do that before you perform, absolutely. After your performance, he's leaning in, he's talking directly to Rex now. After your performance, however, if all goes well, I may be using my quarters, if you know what I mean. And he kind of elbows you a little bit. There's always new talent on board when we set sail. So.
And of course, of course, turning away from him at this point, just putting my paw in the face. It's not just like, dear God, man.
So he actually he says, well, I'm going to take leave of you. I have other guests to welcome, but we will see you in a few hours. And he walks off and he starts making his rounds again. But every once in a while he'll talk to someone who he obviously knows, and he'll point over his shoulder, and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" So like you're someone, like that they know. So, Sneak. Now that you've seen Lord Dryland, you're walking. You've seen him now, and you're kind of wandering around the gambling hall. Do you want to try to go anywhere else, or is there anything else you're looking for specifically?
I mean, probably trying to see if I can't get my hands on some like chips, so I can probably try the dice game.
Okay. You would probably have to get some from Rex, because unless there might be some suspicion if the goblin servant whips out a bunch of gold and has to cash it out.
Yeah,
so
I gladly hand some gold over, and
I can't hand him some stuff and say, yeah.
All right. So how many chips are you going to cash out and get more chips, or are you going to give them some of the chips you have?
Probably easier just to give him give him a couple.
I give him at least 10 chips that I have.
All right. Well,
Since you're down to 11 chips. Then.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Here comes gambling addiction.
All right. So you can go over. You definitely see where they're playing some dice games, and when you walk over, they come up and says, what's your pleasure? What's your pleasure? We're gonna play a game. This game is called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire.
Oh boy.
Blink.
All right. So here's how this plays. And there's 5 people around this thing, and you can come in. If you come in, you'll be 6. He says. He says, and he says, first off, everybody, and everybody has like a little dice cup, right? And he says, and there's 2 like 6-sided die in it.
Yeah.
And he says, okay. First off, everybody, roll your first die in secret, and you can roll your die in secret. I mean, you can roll your die out loud. Roll your die so we can see it. So roll a 1d6.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, wait, am I doing this too?
No,
it's just
actually, I'm probably gonna like end up picking up if I can pick up coaches myself to actually join this as well. Actually.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, we're probably going to have to do it as roll to GM if we're going to do when we do them further. Because that way you guys can't.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't be able to. If you guys were seeing each other's dice, it would be considered cheating.
Yeah.
No one likes
on.
cheaters. They'd be liars.
Actually, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do this because I think it sounds like you guys are really interested in doing some gambling games.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it as just kind of a small part of this. But, we're going to call it with 12 minutes.
Okay.
I know you've got dice, you got chips.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a week off because we're out next week because Flutter's out.
Yeah.
When we come back as part of the adventure, it'll be like part of the thing. I'm actually going to find some really fun like D&D style
games. Yeah.
And we'll do some as kind of a side, almost like a little mini game. And earn or lose money. We're going to time box it to be like the first hour of play and not going to go any further because we don't want to spend the whole time doing it.
Right.
Before we end this, how much does it cost for the chips per like amount?
Each chip is 10 gold.
Okay, then I'll probably pick up like.
Hold up, we'll do all that when we start. I wasn't prepared for a full.
Yeah. I'm just doing this ahead of time.
But if that sounds like something you guys would like to do and fun because you're on a gambling boat, then let's do it. I'll find some D&D themed games.
Of course.
All right.
We'll play.
Yeah.
Question: do we prefer? Because I'm gonna have everybody play together. Because otherwise, I got to bounce back and forth. Dice games or card games?
I like.
I'd say dice. Dice probably sounds a little better because card games it's a little not harder, but like with the dice game, it's obviously we have like the little widget off to the side that we can just click and just
Very good. Anyone opposed to dice games next week after next?
Not really. No.
All right. Then we'll come back to the Grand Dame, which you are successfully on, and we'll do up to. It depends if you guys get bored with it. And you can either win a big money or lose big money.
I'm not. My chips my chips that I got. Basically, that's all I'm doing. I'm not going any further than that.
Can I tell you something that's pretty awesome outside of character or DM and outside of the game? The identities you were given.
Yeah.
I didn't write those.
Oh.
They're in the module, weren't they?
No.
Oh.
AI wrote those.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh.
No.
No, the thing is,
I told Chat GPT. I said I have a half elf male bard, a tiefling male, a warforged male, a goblin male, and a Haragon female that are trying to sneak into a gambling ship called the Grand Dame. I need you to write for me fake identities for the party to infiltrate the casino this evening. I would like them to be given fake names. However, I'd like to be the guise of the bard as a famous performer from faraway land, and the others are his entourage. And the first try, that's what I gave you guys tonight.
Nice.
Nice.
This is different than AI art because this is different because this is actually like the AI actually.
I am annoyed at this particular AI for a completely different reason.
What? Because you ended up being the girlfriend?
No.
Why?
No, it's a difference. It's an outside of this reason. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's nothing too bad. It's just really weird.
All right. Anyway, so we're wrapping up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Rising Ninja Chapter 3. It's time for the sign-off. Go!
I have been your flamboyant flyer Florga 98 sings on Flyers.
Oh boy. I have been your Spirit King Hiiro, and oh boy, gambling. This is gonna be interesting.
I'll be on the live with Fanboy Sentaifan 100, and oh boy, let's hope I don't suck at dice games than I do with card games.
Are they a motorcycle?
Actually, can you play because you're you're a goblin and they're racist?
Well, no, the thing is though, they'd still like in this instance, like they would still let him play. They just would be very weary of what he's doing, basically.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of fawning over.
Oh,
they're kind of I would say, the discussion. They're kind of fawning over Kalen here, thinking he's a superstar. So it'd kind of be like if like Rihanna came up and said, "Hey, my group wants to play cards." They're gonna go, "Oh, you're Rihanna? Yeah, sure." So
even if there's a goblin, of course.
Even if normally they wouldn't deal with any of those types, because you're with him, it's okay. So.
Well, I'm Chalice, and I have been elevated to Flutter's lover temporarily.
Kinda. It's weird.
Wait. Question: Are we going to be using that room?
No.
Wait, does that make Hen Solo our child?
Anyway, moving on.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Deal.
I, of course, have been your kindest and most beloved overlord. Riddle God extraordinaire of DLBot 2016 reminding you that I'm just a passing through Toku fan.
Did we get a sign off from Angus?
Did we?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so used to it all now. All right.
It's fine.
Reminding you that I'm just a passing through Toku fan. Remember that. And words to the wise, folks. Folks, never wish for your own bunny girl. You never know what fate might do for you.
That's great. That's great.
Don't forget to face on me for contact girl. Tentacles. Ciao. We'll see you all next time. And our DM Markus says,
good job. Good night, and we'll probably not kill you next week, but we may week after next, but we will probably steal all your money. So,
well, I'm not spending all my money. No, I'm not making that mistake.
That's what they all say.
You know what they what they say? The magazines never lie, Flutter.
Anyway,
have a good night, folks. Take care. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't already, check out our latest edition of March of the Mighty. I apologize for the audio issues.
Yep. And we'll talk to you guys week after next, and see you then. Bye.
Bye.